Hockenheim GP 1989. An orange car appears on track with a very well-known sponsor, being Jägermeister. This car is very special, not because it was a groundbreaking piece of machinery or that it was lightning quick. As a matter of fact, this car never even made a single Formula 1 race. But one thing is certain, this car's history, for sure, is interesting. This is the EuroBrun ER189. This is a Spark 118 scale EuroBrun ER189, but this is actually a gold edition. Basically what a gold edition is that a gold edition is made especially for Raceland.de. Raceland.de picks some very unusual vehicles which has some connection with the German language. In this case, a beautiful Jägermeister livery in a beautiful orange grape color. And this has some sort of connection with German fans as well, because they really love this livery. And this livery is well known throughout all of the motorsports, not only in Formula 1. But before we begin this video, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, being Raceland.de. They not only sell Formula 1 cars, if that's not your cup of tea, they also have 24 hours of Le Mans, 24 hours Nürburgring, 24 hours Spa, touring cars, rally cars, and lots more. What I also want to talk about right now is their special gold edition. Like I said, these are made exclusively for Raceland.de, so you can only get them at Raceland. They have these gold editions in 118 scale, also 143 scale. Gold editions are not only Formula 1 based, they also have gold editions in other forms of motorsports. So in summary, make sure you check out Raceland.de. I'll put the link of this exact motorcar in the description down below, as well as a link directly to their website. Make sure you check out Raceland.de, they really deserve it, and they have really nice customer service. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the box, shall we? Left upper corner we have the Spark logo in red, and in the middle we have a Jägermeister logo. At the side of the box we have again a Spark logo, Jägermeister logo again, and for the first time we see the actual racing team, which is EuroBrun Racing. At the bottom we're greeted with the Raceland Gold Edition badge with the text that says that it's a limited edition model of 300 pieces made exclusively for Raceland. So that's basically the box, and let's get to open it, shall we? Wow, I don't know if the camera picks it up as in real life, but this orange color is really bright and it just screams, you know? All right, let's unpack it a little bit further, all right? Wow, that is amazing. This is actually the first time I review a classic car on the channel. I mean, the car is very beautiful, don't get me wrong, but one thing that strikes my eye immediately is this beautiful base plate with gold lettering, and it's even hand numbered, and I have version 75 of 300. Another thing that immediately strikes my eye is this car is orange and it has race number 33. It's not Max Verstappen who is in this car, it's actually Gregor Foitek, which is actually a Swiss driver. He didn't finish the whole season with EuroBrun. Actually, I believe he quit after the Belgian GP. I believe it was an Argentina driver took over. But yeah, let's start at the front wing, and it is a very unusual construction. I don't know the philosophy behind this, but I'm sure it has some sort of purpose. Yeah, the front wing has some decals, Liqui Moly and Pirelli. Back in the day in Formula 1 you could choose between tire manufacturers. In 1989 you could choose between Goodyear Eagle tires and Pirelli tires. Those are the main choices, I believe, and I believe Pirelli was the perfect qualifying tire. At the tip of the nose we have the EuroBrun Racing logo. Above that we have the AGIB logo, and then we have race number 33. Quick little fact about this model. So this car in 1989 did not debut at the beginning of the season, but actually almost halfway at the German GP. Because this team in 1989 never started a Formula 1 race. There were a lot of Formula 1 cars and teams trying to get at the start of a Formula 1 Grand Prix. So basically what they introduced was a pre-qualifying. So basically what a Formula 1 weekend was back in the day is you had pre-qualifying, then you had qualifying, and then you had the race. I believe the top 4 in the pre-qualifying made it through the qualifying, and then if they even made that, then they started the race. Unfortunately, this car, in 1989 at least, never made it through pre-qualifying. You can see how tiny these suspension bars really were. The push-pull rod were so tiny. I mean, they looked so fragile. I mean, look at these tires, man. Look how thin they are. But these are Pirelli tires. Then at the side of the driver's cell we have some more sponsors going on there. I didn't want to invest a lot of money, so to see, almost at a not noticeable spot. Pretty straightforward side pods we have going on here. Now comes the driver figure, and I must say he sits so high in the cockpit, and that's not something wrong with the model, but that's just how Formula One was back in the day, right? Back in the day they were built a little bit different than now. I mean, wow, no halo, no nothing, no protection for the neck. We have one more logo at the side of the airbox, which is Lista, and then a little bit down there we have another race number 33. So at the side of the car we have another Jägermeister logo, and spoiler alert, Jägermeister would pull back its sponsorship the last 2 races. So EuroBrun actually raced with a black car in Japan and Australia, I believe it was, and they just decided to call it quits, and basically EuroBrun was left with a all-black car, and a lot of sponsors actually were pulled as well. There was some discussion around the paddock if they even made the 1990 season, which they did, fortunately enough. A history like this makes this model car even more special. You don't want to collect only the fastest car, you want to collect cars with the most interesting backstory. And I think for sure this car has the most interesting backstory out of any model cars I have at the moment. Really interesting philosophy of rear wing design here. Wow, what's actually really nice is that you can see underneath the engine cover. I mean, you can't see a detailed engine or anything, but it goes down pretty deeply, which is really nice. So this model car, or this car in real life, would house I believe it was a Judd 3.5 liter engine. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I really like this black and gold themed base plate, and it basically reads EuroBrun ER189 Judd Formula 1 GP Deutschland 1989 Gregor Foitek. Alright, I have a standard Spark model car. I won't compare the model cars itself, but just the little base plates, you know. So yeah, that's basically a standard base plate, and this is basically your numbered black and gold edition base plate with Spark. And which also changed is that they moved the lettering from the side of the base plate to the front of the base plate, and the numbering at the back. So that's basically everything about the model car. I think the beauty of this car is not that it was fast, that it was innovative, that it made Formula One races, because it didn't do any of that. I think the beauty of this car lies in the fact that it never even made a Formula One race, that it never even made qualifying in the 1989 season. That is what makes this car interesting. It's just trial and error. And unfortunately for them, it never ended in a good result in 1989. This team will go down in the history books, not because it was good, because it was actually historically bad. And that is what makes this car and this team interesting. So that's basically my review for the EuroBrun Gold Edition by Spark, made exclusively for Raceland.de. Again, really nice touch with these gold editions that they're hand numbered. And I mean, this base plate with the black and gold and the model car itself is just top notch. I hope you really liked it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something of historic Formula One as well. And I hope to do some more videos of historic Formula One cars in the future as well. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time as well.